Brexit news. Michel Barnier has handed Theresa May a number of concessions to help deal in London. Image, Getty. The Prime Minister secured Brexit victories on governance in the Irish backstop during her negotiations with Brussels, according to one senior EU diplomat familiar with the talks. The move towards a UK-wide backstop solution has been accepted by Brussels in order to help Mrs May sell the deal to the cabinet at home, the source added. Brussels also left the negotiating table with far less European Court of Justice coverage across the withdrawal agreement than it had wished for. On governance, we wanted to have the ECJ everywhere, they said, in the backstop. If we have some sort of UK-wide solution, this is very much taking care of what the UK wants. The comments come after Austrian daily newspaper Der Standard reported European Commission sources at the European People's Party summit in Helsinki a Brexit deal could be sealed in the next few days, according to the publication's report. EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier and Brexit Secretary Dominic Raab have already concluded a deal and is waiting for Mrs May to gain approval from her cabinet. An EU official has rubbished the reports, suggesting they should be approached with caution. The outstanding issues continues to be the Irish border, which has held up negotiations since March. The European Commission requested a meeting of EU 27 ambassadors was postponed until Friday after the Prime Minister's last cabinet meeting failed to deliver a deal. Mr Barnier's Article 50 task force told member states they might be able to reveal more at the end of the week after holding further talks with Mrs May's EU Sherpa Ollie Robbins and EU Ambassador Sir Tim Barrow. The Commission said they could say a bit more tomorrow and that's why we postponed it, a source said. While Brussels doesn't expect much movement over the weekend because of armistice commemorations, member states are ready to facilitate a deal as soon as it's agreed between the Commission and London. We work on weekends, we don't have to be on standby, they said. We are ready whatever happens. Once the deal eventually is agreed between Mr Barnier and Mrs May, member states expect to be given a few days to allow for technical checks of the draft agreement. European Council President Donald Tusk would then have to resurrect plans for a special Brexit summit in November or allow it onto the agenda for December's EU 28 gathering. But member states will know little until Friday due to talks once again entering a so-called tunnel. Private discussions to avoid disasters as a deal becomes closer. We don't need weeks, a diplomat said. You can be very nerdy and go over every article with a magnifying glass or look at it from a broader picture.